but very rarely you need to.
Very rarely, very rarely. So what exactly you mean by absolute value, Hisham? It's simple means it's positive.
Yeah, the distance on the number line, no?
Always positive, simple. It's not about number line. Anything is under mod, it means that this is positive.
Yeah.
It is just one situation that distance can be presented with the help of absolute value. Why? Because distance are always positive. You never say that you go minus 10 kilometer or plus 10
Oh.
kilometer. You go into east, west, north, south direction. But you always go,
Hmm.
you always say that you are being 10 kilometer. You never say minus 10 kilometer, minus 5 kilometers, you know. So distance is
Hmm.
one entity
Hmm.
which is always positive. Absolute value is always
Hmm.
positive. So you can say that distance are represented with the help of absolute values. That is one
Okay.
representation, that's all. But what
Okay.
exactly you
Okay.
mean by absolute value? That this is always positive. What do you mean? Now your next question can be, how can you say this, Rahul?
Hmm.
How can you say this, or what do you exactly mean by this? The whole point is that. So we say it is always positive because of the standard definition of absolute value. So understand this well. And this is very important topic, Hisham, because in inequality question they just put mod and the entire behavior of the equation will change. There's a
Yeah.
huge difference between x and mod x.
Hmm. Hmm.
So because of the standard definition of absolute value, now it is always positive. Why? Because of standard. So what exactly is the standard definition of absolute value? Standard definition of mod says that mod x is equal to positive x
Hmm.
if x is greater than equal to 0, and mod x is equal to negative x if x is less than 0. So please understand, Isham, what I'm trying to say you, this negative x and this positive x both are positive element.
Yeah.
It just looks to you negative.
Hmm.
And this negative, this x are two different element.
Hmm.
Always. Negative with a variable, it's always independent. Negative is a separate element, variable is a separate element. That variable can again be positive or negative depending on the information that is given to you.
Hmm.
So what exactly you mean by this? Now this understanding is pretty simple. It says that mod x is equal to positive x if x is greater than equal to 0 and negative x if x is less than 0. Please understand, don't put less than equal to, it will be all wrong.
Hmm. So one question I had here was, you're always going to consider zero as a
0
possibility
is
in the first equation.
100% because absolute value can be 0. If x is 0,
Hmm.
mod of 0 is 0.
Okay.
There are three elements in the number line: negative, 0, and positive. So 0 is neither negative nor positive. It's a separate element.
Hmm.
It is 0. That's all. Okay.
Hmm.
So imagine what exactly you mean by this. If I say you mod of 5, what do you mean by this? Just 5.
Yeah.
Because absolute value x is equal to positive x. And if you
Yeah.
don't put anything beside 5, it means that it's positive.
Yeah.
And imagine mod of minus 7 if you do. So absolute
7.
value x is equal to negative x.
Yeah. So
So
negative or
this
negative 7.
negative will be here and this x will be negative x.
Yeah.
This x is negative x. So this will
Yeah.
become positive x.
Yeah.
Understand very properly. This is a simple
Hmm.
concept, but it will create a huge problem if you don't understand. So mod x is equal to negative x if x is less than 0. Clear?
Hmm. Yeah.
Understood?
Yeah.
Imagine now the next concept comes, how do you solve the equation of absolute value? How do you solve equation based on mods?
Hmm.
Imagine if I give you a simple equation, 3x minus 3 is equal to 30. Solve this. Find the
So,
value of x.
so if 3x minus 3 is um, uh, greater than 0, then
So how
3x
do you,
greater
exactly how
than
people
3.
solve? You have to
X
understand
is greater
in
than 1.
normal, how do people solve this equation? They simply solve 3x minus 3 is equal to 31 and 3x minus 3 is equal to negative 30. And you get two values of x from here and here.
Yeah.
The first thing is whenever you're solving a mod equation, you will always have two value of x, the way you solve quadratic equation.
I don't know what quadratic equation is. Sorry.
Quadratic equation is x square minus, when you solve the equation, x square minus 4 is equal to 0. So quadratic equation when the power of x is 2. If you're solving an equation where the highest power of x is 2, that is called a quadratic equation. So if I ask you to solve x square minus 4 is equal to 0, what's the value?
X is 2.
Not 2. X is plus or minus 2. Whenever you solve an equation where the highest power is 2, you will get two values of x. Now you put it over here.
Right.
And check. Either you put x plus 2 or you put x is equal to minus 2, you will get 4 equal to 4.
Correct.
So whenever you solve a quadratic equation simple means that if you are solving an equation and the highest power is 2, it means you will get two values of x. When you solve a cubic equation where the highest power is 3, so you'll get three values of x. If you solve an equation where you have x to the power 4, you will have four values of x. Understood?
Understood.
So when you are solving a mod equation, you always have two value of x.
Okay.
Because mod of plus 2 is 2, mod of minus 2 is also 2. Right?
Right.
So usually people just do this and they try and find the value of x. Not wrong at all. But you have to understand that whenever mod is on one side of the equation, you have to check always the condition. So how do you solve equation of a mod? You solve any equation of a mod based on the standard definition of
mod. Yeah.
Mods. So standard definition of mod simple says that mod x is equal to positive x if x is greater than equal to 0, and mod x is equal to negative x if x is less than 0. So let's say here you put it in place of x, y, so that it becomes much clearer to you. And the value of y. Now you have to solve this equation with help of a standard definition of mod x.
Right.
A standard definition of mod, not x. So imagine in this case, what is mod here? X here. Complete this.
3y minus 3. So
you will
y
take
is
mod
greater
of
than
3y minus 3 is equal to positive 3y minus 3. If 3y minus 3 is greater than equal to 0, that is 3y is greater than equal to 3.
Yeah.
That is y is greater than equal to 1. And now you exactly know that mod of 3y is equal to positive 3y minus 3. Now you simply write 3y minus 3 is equal to 30. So y is equal to what? 11?
Yeah.
Now you have to check the condition over here. But you have got the condition y is greater than equal to 1. So for y greater than equal to 1, y is equal to 11?
Yeah.
Valid?
Yeah.
Now this is case 1. In mod, always you will have two cases. Case 2 is what?
If
mod of
3y
x is equal to negative x.
Yeah.
If x is less than 0. So here my x is 3y minus 3, everything inside mod.
Yeah.
Mod of 3y minus 3 is equal to negative of 3y minus 3.
If 3y minus 3 is less than 0.
3y minus 3 is less than 0. That is y is less than 1. Clear?
Yeah.
So negative of 3y minus 3 is what? Negative 3y plus 3 is equal to
30.
That is y is what? Minus 27 minus 9, right?
Yeah.
So y less than equal to 1, y is equal to minus 9, valid solution, right?
Yeah.
So both the solutions are valid. Now when I mean that, I have got two values, y is equal to 11 and y is equal to 9. And when I say you these are valid solution, so what should be your next check? Your next check should be that put these two values over in the main equation. Put these two values in the main equation and see LHS is equal to RHS or not. When you say, when you solve some equation, you get the values, you tell them that it's a solution. And what do you mean by solution? That put back into the equation and check, is LHS is equal to RHS or not? Check.
Yeah. 33 minus 3 is 30 and 3 into minus 9 is minus 27, which is minus 30. So mod of minus 30 is 30. So
Okay.
LHS is equal to RHS.
Got it?
Yeah, but you don't need to do that, na? Like the validity is already,
it is
proved.
checked. But for your understanding, I'm telling you.
Right.
This
Okay,
is how
okay.
you understand. When you say that there are two solutions, what do you mean by those two solutions?
So
Clear?
valid means the
It will
LHS.
satisfy. It
Yeah.
will satisfy. Invalid means it won't satisfy. I'll come down to that point. Is this clear? So, if I ask you a simple question, what is the value of y in form of data sufficiency, let's say? Imagine I give you option number 1 as mod of 3y minus 3 is equal to 30. I give you option number 2 as y is greater than 2. So if you combine what exactly will be, sorry, tell me your answer for this.
So it'll be the case 1 where y is equal to 11 because y is greater than 2. So the common thing there is the positive nature of y. And
Absolutely,
the negative.
because this option alone will not be sufficient, right?
Yeah.
Because you have y is equal to 11 also and minus 9 also. And
So
it's a question of what type. So you must have
yeah.
unique numeric value as an answer. So this statement is alone not sufficient at all. Right?
Yeah.
And then you have a second equation called y greater than 2. Obviously, there are multiple values.
Yeah.
And it is actually invalidating the property of
minus 9.
What type of question?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You must have a unique numeric value as an answer.
Right.
Right. So this will. So again, this is not sufficient.
Yeah.
When you combine this, then yes, option number 1 says y is equal to 11 or negative 9. Option number 2 says y is greater than 2. So when you combine this, obviously y is equal to 11. This is your answer, right?
Yeah.
Imagine I'm giving you one more question. What is the value of x? Option number 1 says x is greater than 2. Option number 2 says mod x is equal to 3x minus 2. Please try, take 2 minutes. So obviously option number 1 is not sufficient. It can take multiple values.
Yeah.
So what are you going with option number 2?
So I took if x is greater than 0, then x is equal to 3x minus 2.
Mod x is equal to positive x.
Yeah.
If x is greater than equal to 0, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
It means that x is equal to simple 3x minus 2.
Yeah.
It comes this side, it becomes what? Minus 2x is equal to negative 2.
Yeah, x is equal to 1.
X is equal to 1. Now for x greater than equal to 0, x is equal to 1, valid solution.
Valid. Yeah.
Case 2 is what?
If when x is less than 0.
Mod x is equal to negative x if x is less than 0. So I can say negative x is equal to 3x minus 2.
Yeah.
So it comes this side, it becomes what? Minus 4x.
Yeah. Is equal to minus 2.
So x is equal to half.
Yeah, this
So
doesn't
that makes
satisfy.
sense. So for x
Yeah.
less than 0, x is equal to half, not a valid solution.
So B is the answer.
Perfect. But always ensure that once you 100% initially try and check. When you say it is not a valid solution, what do you mean by that? When you say this is a valid solution, what do you mean by this? It means that when you put x is equal to 1 over here in the main equation, you will see LHS is equal to RHS.
RHS, yeah.
But when you put x is equal to half in the main equation, why are you getting LHS is equal to RHS? Check. Mod half is equal to half. LHS is equal to half. What is your RHS?
3 into 1 by 2 minus 2. So 3 by
It is
2.
minus half, right?
Yeah.
Got it?
Yeah.
So it is not equal, right?
Yeah.
So, and that's the reason this is called as an invalid solution. Clear?
Yeah.
So these are the simple stuff, but if you don't do these things, you may feel everything what you have done is right, but it's extremely easy to get something wrong in GMAT questions. Trust me. The questions are designed in a way where you don't at all feel. So please understand one thing. Whenever mod is on one side of the equation, do check the validity of your solution. Correct?
Yeah.
So when I say mod is on one side of the equation means what? Equations like this.
Yeah.
Equations like this. But when mod is on both the sides of an equation, in that case, what happens? Like, let's say when I say you mod A equal to mod B, what do you exactly understand by this? Can I say
A
A
is equal
equal
to
to
B.
plus B?
Yeah.
I can say A equal to minus B.
Minus B.
Can
Yeah.
I say minus A equal to B? Or can I say
Yeah.
minus A equal to minus B? Eventually,
Yeah.
these two and these two are exactly the same equation.
Right.
So, mod of A equal to mod of V can be derived in just two forms, A equal to B or A equal to minus B. When mod is on both the sides, you don't have to check the validity at all. Both the values of x will be valid value. Both will be valid values. Correct, Hisham?
Correct.
So imagine if I give you some equations like, let's say x minus 2 is equal to 3x plus 10. Now, if you have to solve this equation, what exactly you do? It's like the question is given, solve for x. So you will simply do x minus 2
minus 2 is equal to 3x.
3x minus 3x plus 10.
Yeah.
Or you will do x minus 2 is equal to
minus
negative
3.
of 3x plus 10.
Yeah.
So you will get two values of x, right?
Yeah.
And both the values are valid. Simple. So initially, when you try and solve this, do check. So when I say both the values are valid values, your simple job is whenever you find such type of equation, put the values back into the equation and check LHS is equal to RHS or not. So you will experience for yourself, and until you don't experience by yourself, these things are tough. It's very easy to understand all these stuff, no doubt at all, Isham, but you need a hard practice for sure. And not too much, in the sense not too much at all, in the sense little bit of practice, and because it has to, your mod concept needs to be extremely clear. You just put questions can be asked in a simple inequality form. They do nothing, they just put one mod in some variable and the entire behavior of your question will change. And if you know this conceptually, things would be absolutely not that tough. Okay. Now Isham, understand the next thing what we are doing. When I say you mod x is less than a, what do you mean by this? It is something same as like this, what we have done in it's not same, these are two different stuff, but just for your memory, x minus a into x minus b less than 0 is what? That x lies between a and b.
Yeah.
Where a is a smaller element and b is a bigger element, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, when I say you mod x less than a, first of all, it is just for your memory. It has nothing to do with this at all. It's a very different thing. When I say you mod x less than a, your first thought process should be what, Hisham? What is this a?
A is positive.
100%, right?
Yeah.
It has to, it don't needs to be mentioned over there. A is
Yeah.
by default positive because A can never be negative. Why? Because mods are
Mod
never
X
less than a
is
negative
positive.
number.
Yeah.
Mod can never be less than a negative number. So
Yeah.
if it is written to you ki mod x is less than A by default means positive. It need not be mentioned over there at all.
Yeah.
And what do I understand by mod x less than A? And or in simple form, what do you understand by, let's say, I say you mod x less than 5. It simple
That
means,
means
Hisham, nothing that x lies between -5 and +5,
positive
right?
5.
And what do you mean by this? X lies between -5 and +5. This is nothing but a solution of this inequality.
Right.
When I say you, what do you mean by this? It means that simple. You put any values of x from here into the right into the equation and see, is this satisfying or not satisfying? Pretty simple one.
Yeah. -4 to +4, everything satisfies.
So this is a solution of an equation. Now
Yeah.
again, you can tell me, you can ask, you can 100% tell me how did you straight away write it over here, Rahul? That x lies between negative a and positive. I didn't write it straight away. You just have to do a simple calculation, by the way. But end of the day, remember the end result. This is a very generalized form. So it's absolutely fine. So when you have to do calculation, it means what? There are mod on the left hand side of equation. If you are solving any equation of mod, what exactly needs to be done, Hisham? You have to follow the standard definition of mod. That's as simple as it is. There is no other logic at all. So case one, and you have to take two cases. It's pretty simple one. Case one is what? Mod x is equal to positive x if x is greater than equal to 0.
0. Yeah.
Now I have x is less than 5. Perfectly, right? And x, clear? Case 2 is what? Mod x is
Mod
equal
x
to
is negative x
if x
if
is
x is less
less
than
than
0.
0. So imagine x is less than 0. So I have minus x, which is less than 5.
5.
It means what? X is greater than -5.
Yeah.
So what is the equation? This is -5. This is +5. Option number 1 says what? X is less than
5.
5. Option number 2 says what? X is
X is
greater than
greater than
-5.
-5.
So what is the common value? X lies between -5 and 5.
Yeah.
And that's what I was just trying to directly deduce from here. Clear?
Yeah.
So you don't have to get into all these stuff. This is simply, it will be waste of time. It's a very generalized form that if mod x is less than a and a is some positive entity, you can straight away write that x is less than -a and greater than positive. You can straight away write from here that x lies between -5 and +5, right?
+5.
So mod x less than a, it straight away means that x lies between -a and +a.
Yeah.
You can never have such situations at all. Mod x less than -10, let's say. This is an invalid situation in math. Please understand.
Yeah.
Okay. Because mods can never be less than negative number.
Yeah.
Now the second says, imagine, Hisham, if mod x is greater than a. Obviously, a has to be positive. It can never be negative only. If mod x greater than a, it means that x lies outside of negative a and positive a. Mod x less than a means x lies within negative a and positive a. Mod x greater than a, it means x lies outside of negative a or positive a. Clear?
Yeah.
But again, what do you understand from here? It's simple. Let's say mod x is greater than 10. It means that x is less than -10 or x is greater than +10.
+10.
And this is a solution of the equation. Solution means simple. You put back here and check whether this equation is satisfying or not. You put back from anywhere, doesn't matter. You put back x less than -10 or x greater than +10. It should satisfy.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yeah.
So this is a normal stuff. Now imagine I simply give you one equation. Think in mod, it's very important to think when the conditions are possible. Imagine I've given you one simple equation. x minus 5 greater than 0. What exactly you think from this situation?
It's not equal to 0. And it's not equal to, x is not equal to 5.
Perfect. So it says mod of x minus 5 greater than 0, right?
Hmm.
First of all, understand, Hisham, this mod itself is a positive number.
Right.
It is always greater than 0.
Hmm.
But you see any such equations in mod stuff, your simple condition is to think when is the condition possible, right?
Yeah.
And when is this condition possible? If I put x is equal to 5, what will happen, Hisham?
It'll become 0.
So this condition is only possible when x is not equal to 5. Except 5, you put any value of x over here. Any negative, positive doesn't matter at all. Why? Because it is under mod. True.
Correct.
And this will always be positive.
Positive.
Anything
Yeah.
comes out of the mod, it is positive. Simple logic.
Right.
So except for 5, because if you put 5, it will become 0. It is not greater than 0.
Yeah.
So this simple equation means mod x minus 5 is greater than 0. This simple equation means that x is not equal to 5. That's all. Clear?
Yeah.
Agreed?
Yeah.
So this is done. So let's start some bit about mod theory. There is some more theory. So point number 1 is very clear, right? Point number 2 is very clear, correct? Point number 3. Point number 3 says what? Okay, distance can be represented by the help of mod. Simple.
So I have a question. Like, why was mod created? Like, I understand that distance is one application of it.
Not application. Distance,
So, like,
just mod distance are represented with mod. Why? Because mods are always positive, distance are always positive.
right.
So why was mod created? That I'm not absolutely audible. I can't tell you that for sure, Isham.
Okay, cool. Because
yeah, this is a function of math, and it denotes that it's positive element. That's all.
Yeah. Because
Same
like
as asking why was square created? Right.
No, like how it was first, like
Yes, Isham.
I think discovered, like it provides
absolutely. There is some logic for it for sure.
Some story, then it just becomes a nice thing in the head.
Correct. I understand. But I don't think so I'll be able to answer that question for sure. Distance can be represented by help of mod. Just for the simple logic that distance are always positive, mods are always positive. So what exactly, like let's say mod x is, I can say this mod x as x minus 0, right?
Yeah.
It is exactly the same. Anything minus 0 is anything.
Yeah.
So mod x minus 0 is the distance between point x and point. This means nothing but it can be also read as distance between point x and point 0. Right?
Yeah.
Again, if I say you mod of x minus 5. So this is nothing but distance between point x and point 5.
Yeah.
If I say you mod of x minus 10, this is nothing but distance between point x and point 10. Imagine if I say you mod x plus 7. So first change it into this form. The mod of x minus 7. So this means distance between point x and point minus 7. So this is simple. This is actually a very simple stuff to understand, right?
Yeah.
Now, Hisham, see here. In GMAT, square roots are always positive. So in India, root 4, what we do? Plus or minus 2, right? But in GMAT, it's always positive. There's no if and but at all. They don't consider imaginary number at all. So root of 4 is what? Plus 2.
2.
Root of 36 is by default 6. There is no minus in all. Root of 64 will be what? 8. But if I say root of x square will be what?
Plus or minus mod x.
Absolutely. Because people write it x. Just writing x alone will not suffice because this is a variable term. You don't know it's a positive or negative. So irrespective of this x is a positive or negative, root is what? Positive, right? So you put it over here, mod over here. Now I'm done. Now let the x be positive, negative. How the hell it matters? Mod x, it has to be a positive entity. Simple, right? Now imagine root of y square will be what? Nothing but mod y. Root of x minus 2 whole square will be what?
Mod x minus 2 mod.
Mod.
Yeah.
By mistake, you write x and y or x minus 2. Trust me, everything is wrong, Isham. Straight away, because there's a huge difference between behavior of mod x and x.
Yeah.
So don't by mistake also do this mistake. Absolutely no. But if they ask you x square is equal to, let's say, 36, what is the value of x?
Plus 6 or minus 6.
Yes, it can be plus 6 or minus 6. How? So please understand, it's a pretty simple one.
Because minus 6 into...
Take root both the sides. When you take root x square, it becomes mod x, and this is 6. When you remove this mod, how do you remove this mod? Follow the standard definition of mod x. Mod x is equal to positive x if x is greater than or equal to 0. Mod x is equal to negative x if x is less than 0. And when you do that, you will get it as 6 or minus 6. This means what? You put here plus 6, LHS is equal to RHS. You put minus 6, LHS is equal to RHS.
Yeah.
You just have to solve it. That's all. So, but in short, you can 100% try and understand simple way that if it is root of 36, it is just plus 6. Simple. If it is x square is equal to 36, x will be plus 6 or
minus
6. Clear?
Yeah.
So now, Hisham, point number 6 and 7 is nothing but a standard definition of mod x, right?
Yeah.
Point number 8, 9, 10, Hisham. So what exactly you understand from here? It says mod x is greater than x. I've told you, whenever you see some expression like this in mod, your first job is to think, when is this condition possible? Everything by itself will be clear. Think.
Yeah. X is negative. Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
So mod x will be greater than x when? Simple, when
Only
x is
when
negative.
Yeah.
You take any other value, take some positive value and check. Let's say x is equal to 10, then mod 10 is not greater than 10 for sure.
Yeah, it's equal to 10.
Right. But when you take x is equal to negative, mod of negative 10 is greater than negative 10. Mod of negative 10 is nothing but 10. Right?
Yeah.
Same thing. When I say you minus x, mod x greater than x, what do you mean by this? It is pretty simple. Your simple logic should be, when is this condition possible? And when I say when is this condition possible means what? Put some positive value of x, put some negative value of x, and check this. Is this coming or not? So when you put a negative value of x, let's say x is equal to negative 5. So negative of negative 5, negative 5 surely greater than negative 5, because this becomes a positive. This is 5 cross 5. It will be surely greater than a negative number.
5, yeah.
So minus x mod x greater than x, pretty much simple, means that x is negative, nothing else at all.
Yeah.
And when I say you minus x mod x greater than 0, what do you mean by this? Again, nothing but x is negative. Check.
Yeah.
Simple. If you are given an equation into the exam, you aren't sure as to what needs to be done, your first thing should come in your mind while you are solving a mod equations is that, when is the condition possible? Considering you are very much clear with the definition of mod.
Yeah.
So in the question, they would never write, Hisham, that x is negative. They'll always give you such expressions. Mod x is greater than x. Minus x mod x is greater than x. or
Hmm.
minus x mod x is greater than 0. All these terms by default mean that x is negative.
Hmm.
And nothing to remember. It's very logical. It should be clear.
Yeah, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Now too much of theories happened, Nisham. Let's do some questions. So question number 1 is pretty simple. It says that root of x square is nothing but mod x by x. So that's the answer. Simple.
Yeah, yeah.
Try doing question number 2.
Two. Um, minus x.
Yes. So how did you get? It says if
So,
x is less than 0.
so um, minus of minus x is x in
If
the
x is
root.
less than 0, then
So it becomes root of x square, which becomes mod x. And we know that
x mod x. What is
x
the
is
value? So
0.
always in such type of a problem, they have very clearly mentioned you ki x is less than 0.
Yeah.
To make the problem simpler, easier, more easy to understand, do not solve in form of variable. You can actually do
Hmm.
that, but it's not required at all. It says x is less than
Okay.
0. It means like,
Hmm.
can I say x is equal to negative 5?
Hmm.
I'm free to assume any negative values. You can assume x is equal to negative 10, negative 100, negative 50. It doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
I have assumed, let's say x is equal to negative 5. Now I'll
Hmm.
put the value over here. Negative of negative 5,
Hmm.
negative 5.
Hmm.
So this is nothing but 25 and that is 5.
Yeah.
Now I have assumed x is equal to negative 5. What is 5 is equal to? Negative x.
Hmm.
Right?
Hmm.
This 5 is nothing but negative x. This is your answer. Now, because why 5 can't be the answer? Because one is free to assume anything in the world. You can assume
Hmm.
x is equal to negative 10. So your equation will come something like this. Negative of negative 10
Hmm.
into negative 10. This is
Hmm.
nothing but 100. This is nothing
Hmm.
but 10. So according to you, answer should be 10. No. The
Hmm.
point is they haven't given you any value over here. They are asking you to solve mod minus x, root of minus x into mod x. So your
Hmm.
answer should come in terms of variable. That's as simple as it is. So
Right.
if I have assumed x is equal to negative 10, 10 is equal to what? Negative x. 10 is
Negative
nothing
x.
but
Yeah.
negative x.
Hmm.
So again, negative x is the answer, right?
Yeah.
So this is the best way to approach. You can go algebraically, but again, you will have to go at your own risk. You need to understand it very properly because this. So if you go to in from the in form of variable, so this is negative. Now this x is
Hmm.
given that it is again x is less than 0. So this is
Hmm.
negative x.
Hmm.
Again, it says if x is less than 0, what is the value of mod x?
X only.
No,
Like it's
it is
minus x, but
mod x is equal to positive x if x is greater than equal to 0.
hmm.
And this is negative x if x is less than 0.
Hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So this mod x will be negative x. Now this comes to be negative x. But again,
Hmm.
don't get into terms of variables and all. This is absolutely crap method to go by variable. How much
Hmm.
ever good you are, no.
Okay.
Such problems, especially when mod is concerned, they have given you things in terms of variable. Try to
Hmm.
convert that in form of number. Simple.
Okay. Okay.
So imagine I give you one other question. Let's say the question is if x is negative, what is the value of x minus 4 whole 4, x minus 3 whole 4? Correct?
Hmm.
Plus minus x mod x. I give you 5 answer choices. Option number A says 2x minus 3. Option number 2 says 3 minus 2x. Option number 3 says x square minus 3. Option number 4 says minus 3. Option number 5 says 2x plus 3. Take 2 minutes, right? It is given that if x is negative, what is the value of this?
-3.
How? What exactly you did? Just I've told you x is negative. Do not try to
Sorry.
solve. What did you do? I've
So
told
I
you.
basically took -1 as x.
Imagine x is negative, x is equal to -1, right? When you put -1, what it becomes?
Hmm.
-4 to the power 4. Plus, when you put -1 here, what it
Hmm.
becomes? Negative of
Negative of negative x.
-1. So it is 1, right?
Hmm.
So this is nothing
Yeah.
but 4 because this gets cancelled.
Right.
Plus 1, that is 5. Now you put -1 over here. What answer you get?
Uh, 5. Yeah.
Correct?
Hmm.
Now,
Yeah. Yeah.
this is one way to do it. Now, how
Hmm.
can you think on this problem in 20 seconds? Now, the point is you have to believe in what I've told you. Roots, mods,
Hmm.
square are
Hmm.
always positive irrespective of anything. Close your eyes and believe on them.
Hmm.
That's as simple as it is.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, imagine from here, will you get a positive result? Whatever is the value, I don't care at all. It will be a positive value, right?
Hmm.
Because it is a
Hmm.
square root.
Yeah.
Will you get a positive result over here?
Hmm.
Whatever is the value of x doesn't matter to me at all. But my end result is positive because it is under square root.
Hmm.
Will your final result is positive?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
Put any negative value of x over here because it says x, if x is negative.
Hmm.
You put any negative value of x over here
Hmm.
and you see you will always get a positive value.
Hmm. Right.
Agreed?
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
this is the answer. You can also try and
Hmm.
simplify roots and all. You can say mod x minus 3 plus minus x of mod x is nothing what we did in the previous problem. This is nothing but negative x. And mod x
Hmm.
minus 3 for x is equal to negative. You can do it by different methods and all. No issues at all. But the point is key, you follow numbers. Always it's better to take numbers. These things will come when you solve. This
Hmm.
logic will 100% come when you solve some plenty of problems. And
Yeah.
initially, you should not try and find out shortcuts and all. These are all crap stuff. Shortcuts is the most bullshit word used in right now in the world. What
Hmm.
people say is, Hisham, that come to me, I'll teach you shortcuts and all. There cannot be anything more bullshit than that at all because there is no shortcut at all. You
Hmm.
can, it's very easy to say you. I can very easily tell you, Hisham, this is positive value, this is a positive value, end result is positive. You put any negative value of x, option number 2 is giving you a positive. But the
Hmm.
entire concept until the entire concept is not understood, there is no point doing these things and becoming happy.
Hmm.
Just you can use it for one problem, but you can't generalize this method for sure.
Hmm. Right.
So this looks very good in listening. Now imagine exactly the same. It's not exactly the same, but a bit same nature type of question is like 4 and 5. So try doing question number 4 once. So now there are two ways to do this. Again, the simple logic what says roots are always positive, right, Hisham?
Hmm. So I
Can I
got one is sufficient. I was just checking two. Hmm.
can I say this is 100% positive because it is under root?
Yeah.
So if this is
Yeah.
100% positive, can I change my question as 5 minus x greater than 0?
Hmm.
Because left hand side is 100% positive.
Yeah.
And option number 1 says what is
Hmm.
that x is negative.
Negative.
If
Yeah.
x is negative, 5 minus x will always be greater than 0 sufficient because
Correct.
negative of negative. And second option actually tells you 5 minus x is greater than 0. So D, right?
Yeah.
But imagine if this doesn't click in your head. This entire method doesn't click at all. And it's very hard for you to click. It looks very easy right now. This is no doubt an easy problem. I'm not saying. But it should not even click. Like until you practice some good quantity of problem, you should not take these methods at all. It's pretty simple to say, can I change my question? Is mod of x minus 5 is equal to 5 minus x? Because if you remove root, x minus 5 square becomes what?
Mod of x minus 5, yeah.
Correct? Simple. This is my question now. What is option number 1? Option number 1 says x is negative. You take any negative value of x and check here LHS is equal to RHS or not.
Yeah.
You will get it, right? So this is sufficient. The actual way to approach is this. But if you understand the concept of mod, roots, you can 100% go ahead and logically attempt this problem. Correct?
Yeah.
Understood. Option number 1 is sufficient. Option number 2 says what? 5 minus x is greater than 0. So minus x is greater than minus 5. So x is less than 5. You have got x less than 5, right? Now for x less than 5, you put any number over here. You put any number over here. Again, you will see LHS is equal to RHS. Check. And I show, that's the reason I showed even this statement is sufficient and the answer is D to it. Agreed?
Yeah.
Clear?
Yeah.
Question number 5 is exactly the same stuff, Ishan. Can I say is 3 minus x greater than 0? Because left hand side is under root. So square roots are always positive. So if 3 minus x greater than 0, option number 1 says what? X is not equal to 3. It means x can take any negative value, x can take any positive value. So I don't know, it is not sufficient. You have to show two conditions. When you say x is equal to 10 and 3 minus x is actually less than 0. When you say x is equal to negative 10, then 3 minus x is greater than 0. You have a yes situation, you have a no situation. So this statement is not sufficient, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Option number 2 says what?
X is negative.
X is negative. Right? If x is negative, 3 minus x will always be greater than 0.
Yeah.
Right? So this is sufficient.
Yeah.
To be understood, Sham?
Yeah.
So these needs to be understood properly.
So one thing one thing which I kind of didn't grasp on is, see, you're trying to solve LHS is equal to RHS, right? In let's say 5.
Yeah, tell me.
So if you're trying to solve LHS is equal to RHS,
I'm not trying to solve my question. I'm not trying to solve. This is my question.
Yeah.
Is mod of x minus 5 is equal to 5 minus x. This is my question. Option number 1 says me x is equal to negative number. So what exactly I do from here? I do nothing except checking the values, right? I'll take some negative values and I'll see my question is being satisfied or not. This is the question given to you. Is mod of x minus 5 is equal to 5 minus x? Option number 1 says that x is negative. Now what exactly you try and do from here? You simply try and check the values. You simply try and put the values into the question.
That I understood. So what I'm trying to understand is, if you're taking 5 minus x is greater than 0. So
that is, I'm doing logic. That is a logical way to approach it. Why I'm doing that? Because I know that option number in left hand side, I know that it is under square root. I have just told you square roots are just positive, irrespective of anything. Doesn't matter at all.
Yeah.
So now I know that my left hand side is a positive number. So I'm just logically trying and approaching a question like, let's say here mod is also always positive. So all I'm logically trying and concluding that, can I change my question to is 5 minus x greater than 0? Because I know that left hand side, whatever it is a positive number.
Hmm.
I don't have to exactly understand what the number is. So
Hmm.
this is a logical way to approach the problem. That's all.
If left hand side is positive, then right hand side
Has to be
needs to
greater
be
than 0.
positive is what you're going for.
Absolutely. Because 5 minus x is equal to what? Some positive number only, right?
But it needs to be in the form of like a minus b is equal to b minus a. Only then you can use this method, right?
A
Otherwise,
minus
you
b is equal to b minus a.
like in square root of a minus
No,
b
I'm
whole
telling
square.
you, I'm just trying to make you understand how you logically approach this problem. Mod of x minus 5 is equal to what? It is a positive entity or not?
Correct. That I understood. Like, the method I understood. So what I'm trying to understand is, does the question also depend on it? For instance, if the question is x minus 5 the whole square root of x minus 5
Hmm.
the whole square is
Hmm.
equal to 3 minus x, then
No,
can
but
I
question
still
will never be framed over in that way, because
uh,
question would not be framed in that way. They are trying to ensure that the question is something where you put any negative value of x and the values would come same. So this
hmm,
is your own question framing.
right,
You
right,
can
right. So
100%
GMAT
think for
won't
that.
frame
Never
such a
ever.
question at all.
Because if
So
it is
that's
3
what I was
minus 6,
asking.
then again it won't come. Nothing is sufficient. E. Because imagine
Hmm,
if it is x minus 5 is equal to 3 minus x, let's say.
hmm,
Correct?
hmm.
Now option number 1 gives you x is negative. Now let's not get into all those logics and all. Our
Yeah.
question, can we reduce mod x minus 5 is equal to 3 minus x, right?
Hmm, hmm, hmm,
Now option number says what? 1 says what? X is negative.
hmm.
You put in negative value. Are you getting LHS is equal to RHS? Check for yourself.
You won't get.
Yeah. So
Hmm,
that should not be a thought process. So that's what I'm telling you. Like that's what I have been telling you. In sentence correction, never try and innovate your sentence. In sentence correction. And here also we should try and analyze the question. But it's a
hmm.
beautiful thought. I'm absolutely not discouraging you not to think that. You can think that, but then again come back to the question and 100% ensure that question is right for sure. Question is not wrong.
Yeah.
And
Hmm.
until you don't think all these stuffs, it becomes hard even for you to set up in your head that why is this thing. It's absolutely fine, nothing to worry.
Yeah. Yeah. So because like the format of the question, right? It has to be in this form for me to take 5 minus x is greater than 0. Like the question
Again,
as
yeah,
5 minus x is greater than 0.
question is
If
simple.
it is in any other form, it's like, yeah, cool, got it. Now I understood.
Yeah, we should not try and challenge the question for sure. And same thing
No,
is,
no, no, I wasn't. Yeah.
100%. I understand, Isham. No issues.
Hmm.
And question number 5 is exactly saying you the same stuff, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
3
Perfect.
minus x greater than 0, because left hand side is always
Yeah.
positive. Option number 2 says that x is negative.
Hmm.
So this is sufficient, right?
So to be sufficient. Yeah.
So B is the right answer.
Yeah.
Now try solving question number 7. This is one of the most brilliant. No, no, no. We have not done still 3. Try 3.
3 we didn't do. Yeah.